Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today, with me, ep.2, we are going to do some more Factorio. I kind of made this excessive because we need to start sorting things out. And the first step is going to be starting our research feed because we need splitters and other things. So let's just grab that. And that will make red, and we can just throw that in there. Let's just not actually do that. We can make a bunch of 5s. Yes, if you right click it makes 5. There we go. So we'll throw more of that in there in a moment, but let's just see. We want splitters, so we're going to need that. But we should rather, while we're making pollution, actually get the turrets first. So we'll just do it in that order. And it is going to be slightly slow, but that's okay for us. We need to start off the smeltery. And for that reason, let's just actually make a good number. 63 should be fine. We can just adjust this world. Now, this is where the initial smeltery will be, and it's going to be for one line. So let's do... I had to count in my head there. Do that, and 3 apart. We can at least get this going. Now that will be 1, and we'll go 4 across to do number 2, and that is for iron at the top and copper at the bottom. We're going to need tons of these, so let's just start that out. Oh, whoops. I basically ruined that. Because that was supposed to go with the research. Oh, no. Oh well. At least that's not going too badly for us. And let's just get these over here. Essentially, we're going to do it in a slightly different way from what I've done it in the past. And that is 3. I was like, that didn't look right. It did. It was just me being slightly incorrect. Alright. First, let's make a few turrets. Might as well make all 7. We're going to need bullets, so we need to go pick up some iron. As you can see, we've got tons of copper. So this is how I do it. And then I go, cool, you can get half a stack, you can get half a stack, you, and you. And there we go. So we're just going to wait for logistics, and then we'll be back together. We're going to do it in snippets so that it's not so boring watching me walk across the dark desert, sandy, whatever. Awesome. So the research is done. As you can see, we've already used 1 or 2. It's just, this is pretty much what we're going to do for our initial setup. And that should feed in correctly. And I'm just thinking about it and debating it. There we go. And we can get coal in on the side. There we go. So the coal is feeding to those smelteries. I haven't done the initial farm, but we're going to just do 1 line. Let's move that. It's, excuse me brother, if you don't mind, I would like to just start this out. Okay, and we'll do it sort of this way. And here we will need to make these come in from further out. I believe that would be better. Okay, let's just see this line. So let's go 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. That line will go there. Okay. So these lines are going to go different directions as well in the future. But for now, we will just join them on the same line. There. And we can just take you all the way back. Sorry that it's getting dark and that there might be slight screaming in the background. There we go. We can just start the power lines here. Okay, that is connected. Perfect. Sort of. These aren't connected to anything yet, but we can just join the power array quite easily. There we go. And that's what the plan is. And that should go up to the iron smeltery, and we should get to see it starting. So let's just, while it's still unfortunately dark, make it actually have a possibility of starting, because that would be better for us. There we go. And I've been debating with people, friends, other YouTubers and things like that. 8 works almost perfectly for a starting point, and that is why we stick to 8. And there we go, and there we go, and there'll be one more after this. I put that one higher. I want them to line up nicely for some strange reason. Then I'm about, after saying that, about to do it again. Okay, let's just put you over there and put you over there. Perfect. Iron smeltery sorted. Ah, and it's daytime. So we're going to also bring in the copper, but we need the copper for less. So let me just finish this, and then we will be back together for the big project this episode. As we're adding the last additional power lines here, and quickly making some iron chests. I don't know why I decided, we can make 5, but there we go. Because we don't necessarily need that. Let's get that to 3 and 6. There we go. And hopefully that will continue for us. So what we're going to hop into is a blueprint. Now, the lines at the top, you can mostly ignore, because we're going to just leave them as is. Let's just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Okay. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. It doesn't want to place this blueprint. Okay, so let's just throw that in there. Let's get rid of these. Maybe it's these stopping it. Oh, and I also forgot, next research. So we're going to pretty much need green soon, but let's get optics for light and just that wasn't how it worked. That's how we should do it. There we go. So now we can get optics for light, because that'll be useful. Because it doesn't want to allow us to place that blueprint over certain things. I think it might be because we can't make some of it. Ah, okay, there we go. There's the blueprint. Okay, let's just get click it in the wrong place, and we can get rid of that, and we can get rid of that, and let's just take it off the hotbar. So I've built this setup for a strange reason, sort of, and it may or may not work. So the first line here is for iron, and that doesn't need to go past there for now. Okay, and this won't need to go past there for now. And yes, it is blue. I chose this for some daft reason, and it should hopefully pay off. Okay, so that is where we feed in the iron. So let's just go here. That line looks correct. So hopefully that works. And we can just go like so. And the reason that we're doing this is that we've got a mini mall, and this mini mall is probably not a great design, but this is my custom version. I looked at what we needed and stuff like that, picked a few things, missed tons of things, and we will just have to live with that. So we're going to need assembly machines. I just realized, remember, right click, we can right click now. So that is awesome. Let's just get rid of that. There we go, the one research is done. Okay. And that's where I keep the bolts now. And we'll just make the first lines, because why not? There we go. And as you see, we need long hands, which we don't have. Well, there's quite a bit here that we don't actually have yet, and that's what we're going to be doing as fast as we can this time, for whatever reason. So that will go there, and the next one on this line is up here. And that should be fine, but it doesn't need to go past there for now. And the reason it's this way is just because I decided to make it the strangest starter mall. So let me just do some of the lines and things, and I will bring you back. As daylight is on its way back. So we're going to need this line going in there, and that into there. And hopefully I remembered them in the correct order, otherwise this could be a mess up. So let's just start this out by starting that, and there we go, and there we go, and then we can take the two long hands and stick them in. Alright, so let's actually start this out by connecting it to the power. So this is definitely going to be my biggest spaghetti, because as you saw, I didn't design with power in mind. Yeah, so it should at least be semi-amusing. There we go. but we can, as you can see, we can do most of this. And I just realized, let us make about 50 of those. About is the operative word. There we go. And we can turn those and send them out. And obviously back in. So there's one. And yeah, I figured the power doesn't matter too much. Oh, that's what is causing that delay. And you can see we're going to leave the items that we can't craft yet, because why not? I can sort of live with that, because we just need this to start for us as fast as it can. And that pause was, I was like, am I looking at the correct items? And it's just always, hopefully, yes. And I take a pause pretty much every single time I get that. I'm like, why did I pause? And that one was actually the wrong way in the blueprint for the amusement side. Not that it completely matters, because we'll just throw that there. And we'll stick a power pole there. And you should go there. Ah, I did miss a spot. I know that I missed spots. I just have no idea where they are. I was like, seriously? You should be able to figure out where you left them, because that should at least make sense. And let's just go here and do 5. Make another 2 of those. And we don't need splitters, I don't think. In before we actually need splitters soon. But that's pretty much okay. I'm sort of guessing. And we'll just stick you over there. Actually, over there. So that we have the power line actually correct for what we're doing. And that and that. And here you can see I made complete spaghetti. So it goes that way in there and that way over there. So let's just stick those down so that that can start soon. And look, total spaghetti. Woohoo! At least it's hopefully amusing that I had to resort to this kind of spaghetti for this build. But we can't guarantee that, so I have to say sorry if it feels bad for any reason. There we go. That's going. And it's waiting for the iron. That should be taking iron in. But you know what? It actually can't, because my power pole is in the way. Whoops. There we go. I was like, that worked in the test, sort of. So let's just stick those 2 down. We need quite a few more. Probably more than that 10. But that is pretty much a problem for the future, because that is what we can do. And sorry that it's getting dark. I just wanted to show off all of this so I can get people's opinions about this area. So there we go. And there we go. Oh, we'll need one over there to power that. Now that, I don't remember what it was, but I figure we can still line everything up. Can't we? There we go. And there we go. And we're going to need more of these soon, so let's just quickly stick that into the craft. And that way, and that way. Okay, let's power these before we forget. And that should be fine. Oh. And yes, we can make that. Perfect. And let's just start these out. And in, out, out. Sweet. It seems like I don't get enough of certain resources, but that's okay. We can adjust this eventually. I just wasn't completely paying attention to it, and we'll need to pick up iron soon, so let's just finish off what we can here. And I already put that there. I don't know why I picked it up. I'm sometimes silly. It's like, oh, look, you've got an item there. Picks up another item. Totally should have done that. Okay. And we will need power here. But that should be fine. And we'll take it down this way because we need to sort this smeltery out, because we're going to have to do a bunch of underground belts and move these up and down for ourselves. But I've got plans, at least. And you can go there. And let's just make a few more and grab the iron. Grab the iron. One moment. Ha! We are back. So on the other side of that pause, I didn't necessarily need to pause there, but I had a phone call that I was surprised with, and I was like, ooh, it's actually a good omen that I paused at the exact right moment. So it's those that way. There, there, and there. We need a long hand for that. And that. As you can see, I kind of built this blueprint from scratch by myself without paying attention to everything, and that's why, like, we can do spaghetti, that's fine. Okay, what is next? So those we can't make, and let's just see here. We can get these and put them here. So I believe 2, I was about to say and a space, but let's just stick to 3, because I think that will work better for starting out with this. We can upgrade it later, and for that reason we're just gonna go cool. So those go out there, and these go in. I made too many. There. That's at least better. So that should be fine. And that should be able to take the iron in. But perhaps it's because it doesn't have fuel. Why are you not letting me take iron in there? Oh, it's because that's not possible yet. Ah, so we're definitely going to need steel processing next. Ah, but we can finish off this crafting, I suppose. There. And we'll also do the same to this side, but it's slightly different. In, and still in. Oh yes, we need long hands for these. Ah. I should clear the blueprint when I start doing these things. I didn't necessarily need it on two sides, but because we've just built it, yeah, we'll just leave that. That should be fine. And we can pick up that one. There we go. So now we're onto the steel processing. Okay. And this side is at least easier to understand. Let's just quickly make a few, and we can put that power line there, and we'll just stick one there, not that we completely need one, so that we can use that open gap. And we need to input it over here. As you can see, there are places where in the design I didn't pay attention exactly to where we were in the signs, so it was like, oh, we need to make signs. Okay, let's just also make ourselves quite a few more of those. Okay, so that we're not worried about. That we're not worried about yet. These we currently can't do, but here we need to bring in the stone. So let's go and do that. I figure the stone line should be here to the left, and we're probably going to get resources out of it that aren't stone depending on how we place the miners. So let's just get rid of you. And I was like, I don't want to use iron, and then there's iron over there, so let's just pick you guys up, and I think that's still going to get iron. Our inventory's full. You know what, let's just move over here, get ourselves a chest, and throw that away for now. Well, not away, throw it into a chest that isn't completely away. And 3 this side. I think that will supply it at a good rate. Let's actually go up. And seeing as we're going to need them in a moment, let's just start making more. Oh, it used the gears, I think. And you know what? Let's just deal with it. Okay, and then we need to come across. Might as well be over here. There we go. I always do that, and I'm like, oh, and I see other YouTubers doing it by accident, and they're going, oh, I feel the same. I feel the same. There we go. And we can take that up. It'll be nice if this is like the actual size line, but let's just make 3 more of those, and we'll need this for the research most likely. So there and there. So we're going to keep some stock for ourselves, like with the iron and the copper up here. That's a good starting point, I believe. So let's just go from over here across, okay, and make sure things are actually connected this time. Okay, and there, and there. It does. Okay. So we're going to do this in a daft way. We needed one of those, because I've started to use something that is amazing for them. So let's just do that. 1, 2, 3. And you can not go there. You can go there. And we'll just need to make more of you and a few more of you, so let's do that. And we'll just go chests, and there's a reason for the 5x5 power. Okay, let's actually pick that one up because we need that first. Our priority right is iron. Okay, and then we can stick these there and there. And this will be a slow feed back in, but it just sorts it out for us. And let's go up there and add to our spaghetti, like so. See, it should be fine for now. I doubt it'll back up as much as we need any worry. So let's go down here. I believe one of them was the light. So let's just continue here and make ourselves 20 more. Let's just see where. Oh, I used it again. Oh yeah, for making these. Every single time. Oh, I used it again. There we go. So that is running constantly. It isn't like a huge backlog in things, but that should be okay. We just need to pay attention wherever we can. So these, we will do the 2 and 1 for now, because that should be fine. The stone is incoming. So there, there, and there. And then we'll go long hand, long hand, long hand. And we'll stick one over there and one over there. And one there and there. Perfect. I think this was the lights. Probably. Yeah. Maybe. Okay. So the slow iron feed is continuing. So let's just get rid of that. And that. And do the same on this side. 3. And out, out. Those go the same way. In. Oh. We'll swap that. And let's make ourselves... Ooh, those use gears. Okay. Careful. 1. Make the gears and put them with the research. There we go. Look, we're actually doing something in a correct manner this time. Because that is what's the stumbling block for now. Perfect. Well, I could have put those in, but let's just make 5 of those quickly. I'm trying to finish as much as I can. As quickly as I can. You can no doubt see that. There. And we'll just connect you up. And here we will start this part out so that we at least have a supply. There we go. There we go. So, one moment. I apologize as I recorded quite a lot past the limit that I wanted to be at. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And we almost finished the spaghetti mall. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys and girls and ladies and men next time. Cheerio.